from the Indian community, what is the percentage of votes between Republican and Democrats?
The highest percentage they ever voted for Republicans is during President Junior Bush, George W. Bush time. He got about 28%. And Trump got about 25%. And rest of the time, all the time, Indians still about 70% plus, they vote for only Democrats. They voted for even Biden. So you can imagine. Now they're regretting. I don't want to talk about politics, but they are regretting for voting Biden because of the high prices. Look at the gas prices. Yeah, so, almost like a 25% went up compared to more than 25% went up compared to what it was to 1 year back. So they're realizing, but at the same time, still the other perception among the Indian Americans is Republican Party means only for white people. That is a perception. And also the other perception they have is Republicans means anti-immigrants. But actually they don't look at the history. The most beneficial things were done to the immigrants was by Republican administrations. Democrats only promise, always we do this, we do this, we do this, but they never delivered. But Indian Americans, I don't know why, as smart as they are, they still believe Democrats are the saviors of the Indian American community and other ethnic communities. They really think even today, Republicans are not the good people for the Indian American communities and other ethnic communities, which is totally wrong perception, because I've been in the Republican Party for 30 years. I never faced any discrimination. On the top of it, I got into some very good positions, like a electoral college member. I was an electoral college member. Till today, I'm the only Indian American who was an electoral college member to elect the president. And also, we have the board positions now in Georgia, because I asked Governor Sonny Perdue when he got elected. We have a very good percentage of Indian American doctors in this country, but we don't have a board membership for anybody. After that, he appointed one, and later on, Governor Nathan Deal appointed one. Now we have two people. Dr. Srini Gangasani and Dr. Bhatt, they both are serving on the board. So I could do that because I was at the table. I was already sitting with them. If I don't do that, we could have never had a membership in the board of the medical board. Also, I was appointed to the transportation board. That itself is a very powerful board in the state of Georgia, because we got to decide where the new roads going to come, where we're going to build, all these things. It's a powerful board. But I was the only, even today, after 18 years, I was the only guy differently looking from other board members. For all this, only thing is it happened is because of political power, I gained slowly over a period of 30 years.
Absolutely. I think that's the great work done by you, Mr. Reddy. I think we need to do more on the table. So I think probably I would also focus or emphasize on the perception, what you talked about between the Democrats and the Republicans. Maybe our community mainly gauges, especially on the H-1 visas, as you said, immigrant visas. But don't you think when Trump and now things might change, the ease of visa, you can see the difference? Or what is your feeling?
See, Republican parties to get the immigrants with high skills, which is perfect for India, because whoever is the immigrant from India, they're coming with the graduate degrees and master's degrees. So for them, Republicans are the one. Look at the H-1 visas. During Bush administration, they doubled the number of H-1 visas. Yeah. That's how it went. Always they did a good help for the immigrants with high skills. Only thing is Republicans are against illegal immigration, people who are crossing the border coming into this country. No country in the world will let anybody come illegally. Same as any country, Republicans wants to protect the borders of this country. What is wrong with that? And H-1 visas and all that, now we are working to eliminate that percentages of the country of origin for H-1 visa people to get the green cards. Republicans are working on that. Hopefully, if it passes, Indians have much more chance of getting the green cards faster. Right now, it is taking a lot of time because there are a lot of pending applications, and also the percentage is holding the government not to give certain green cards to certain people. So, but ultimately, it will be resolved. I think it is only either if the Republican Party comes to power at the federal level, like new president, if he's a Republican, it is going to be resolved for sure.
We hope for the best. I think that would be an absolute good news for the community. And coming to the core of this meeting, so you have a lot of experience from the community, being a community leader, serving in the national organizations. You have seen number of issues arising into the community. So based on all these things, what is your top 5 agenda items which you would quote for the community?
For everybody, Indian American or American, first thing is for me is education. In this district, Johns Creek, we don't have a charter schools. Charter schools for like a gifted students. Gifted students in the sense in a classroom who has a high percentage of success and very ambitious, very motivated. We cannot put the same kids with those kids with the same group who are performing below par. So to get these people with high skills or much successful rate and more motivation, we need to take them into a separate group, put them there so that they can challenge each other and they can grow further and further in learning the subjects, in advanced subjects, I mean. For that, we need a charter schools. Right now in Janskik, we have no charter school, but one charter school in Alpharetta, that's where our kids are going. But we need more. If I get elected, I will get the state funding for more charter schools. That will help everyone who has a very high success rate in the classroom and whose parents also will be motivated to send their kids to charter schools. That is education. Public safety, as you know, for the last few years, we have a lot of violence in
Yes.
you notice it, lot of violence to the, even they're destroying the public property and private property. Even we have break-ins in the houses and they're stealing, their robberies and all these things. The public safety is very important for all of us because we may lose one day some family member for random violent act by a criminal. Therefore, to get the public safety, we need to support the police. My agenda is to support the police with funding and we motivate them and those kind of things. The other one is in the schools these days, the teachers are teaching the kids more than anything the ideologies, like a leftist ideology, like a socialistic principles. For America foundation is based on the capitalistic society, and they cannot go with socialistic because when I left the country, India, 40 years ago, India was following the socialistic economy. I know the what kind of effects, bad effects it has on our economy and our lifestyles and all that. At least today, India is growing much faster because they adapted the market economy. But in those days, it was not. But in America, which taught the whole world about the market economy and the capitalistic society, Democrats are trying to take it to back way, saying that we need to have everybody equal distribution of wealth. Equal distribution of wealth occurs only when everybody works equally. If you don't work equally, if you don't have the equal strength and equal merits and equal motivation, you don't get special rights from the government for nothing. So, but the Democrats are proposing those kind of things. Everything is, let us give this money free, that money free. Once you start giving free, people stop working. They lost the motivation to work. So the political system is, but that is the main reason I'm worried about the political system in this country going backwards to the leftist ideology. But those are the ideologies they are teaching in the schools now. I'm against that kind of thing. And one more thing is this radical agenda, we want to keep it out of Georgia because South, particularly Georgia, has been always conservative. And we want to keep the Georgia with conservative values where the family has to focus on their children and family has to enjoy the life together and the family needs to motivate each other so that everybody in the family can be successful, not depending on the government for any kind of financial help. So those are my main agenda items.
Absolutely. I think especially on the education and safety, those are the high priority items where the community requires. And I was shocked to hear that here also we have a freebies in the community, in the government, that
Yep.
I didn't know. That's a good catch I could learn from this conversation. So tell us more about the strategy. How do you win the votes, non-Indian American community? What is your strategy? Why should they vote you?
Why should they vote me? Well, because I'm one of their own. That's one thing, Indian community particularly. And also they should know that irrespective of their party loyalties, in the past also, whenever they wanted help, I was always there for them. I never asked them, oh, since you are a Democrat, I cannot help. I never said that. Only whoever came to me asking for help with my connections with the governor or congressmen or senators, I just helped them out. So now I'm asking them, I've been asking others to help us. Rather, if you elect me, I can help you directly. So I don't have to go through another channel. So that way, whenever you need help, it comes faster than through the third party. So that is one thing. And also my strategy is to get the Indian American vote for two reasons. One is to have me elected. Second one is to participate in this political process to elect a Republican to the state assembly who can represent them for their educational values, family values, and everything so that I can protect them. If I'm not, the other strategies, of course, in the mainstream vote is the one that is going to elect me or defeat me. So in the mainstream already I'm very much involved. My party leadership, including all the elected officials right now in John Street, and also the former mayor, people like that, they're all supporting me in this primary. Even though it is a primary among all the three Republicans, they are supporting me. Once I get elected in the primary, I already met with the speaker, and the speaker office said they're going to campaign for me and they're going to help me in every way they can. So I have a very good faith that I'm going to get elected in the primaries.
Awesome. We also wish that you should win, Mr. Reddy. So tell us on the campaign, especially on the campaign for the primary and the mainstream. What is the campaigning strategy? Because the viewers will be more interested because for the first time you are doing from the community. What is the campaign for Indian community and non-Indian community? How would you approach? What would be the simple steps you will be doing in both the streams?
One is I'm knocking on the doors. When I like to participate and go to as many homes as possible physically. And also other one is my volunteer groups. They will visit every house in the district, giving my agenda items and giving my campaign literature to them. More than that, I have a direct mail system. The direct mail goes to all the Republicans who voted in the last one election or two election as a Republican in the primary. So that is one thing I'm doing, direct mailing for the mainstream. And also for Indian American community, my plan is to devise a particular direct mail that will be designed only for Indian Americans. So that we know, because as an Indian American, I know what are their concerns, what are their issues. So on that, I will give my solutions and my proposals in the direct mail. This direct mail is going to start this week, next week. Between now and May 24th, I will have 4 direct mails to the Indian community and about 8 direct mails to the mainstream community. This is called target marketing, and the target marketing is much result oriented compared to the just sending everybody a generic mails. And these elections are very expensive. I'm sure you are watching in this country how the presidential election became a $1 billion thing. Even a congressman election is becoming like a $20 million thing. So these elections are very expensive, but luckily I did a very good fundraiser for the January. And of course, I will be doing continuously because the elections are going to cost me a lot more money than originally I budgeted, because we have a primary. In the beginning, I was not planning to have a primary. I was not thinking that there will be a primary, but it happened, so I have to face it. So first election, I have to spend money on the primary in May 24th. Then the party will support me, and I will get more money from everybody, friends and family, with that for the November elections. So financially we'll be okay, but the message, particularly, I'm so glad your TV channel is conducting this interview so that more people will get this interview and they watch it, they understand what I am, who I am, and why I'm running for this election. That will be a great thing. Actually, this is going to this is a great opportunity for me to convey my message to Indian community and other communities. So that is my strategy. And we have a consultant who is a number one in Georgia. I hired him, and he's working, and he guides me with my strategy. Because even though I was involved in politics for 30 years, I never did a campaign for myself. So this is a totally new thing, but I'm getting there. I'm learning every day something.
Glad to hear your strategy, and we wish you a good luck. And final question before I open up to you to give a message to the community. What is your ultimate goal as a community leader? You have already served the community for 30 years, and now you have done your political entry as well. So what is your ultimate goal as a community leader, as a political leader?
I'm always involved with the community, even now, because our community has special needs and special requirements, special issues. I'm always involved with our community. Through this election, what happens is I will get more power to get resolved those issues faster compared to previously when I was dealing with these issues whenever the community came to me. But this way, once the community can feel that they have their own man sitting at the table for negotiations or anything at the government level, being elected has a lot more. It carries a lot more weightage when you go and talk to the speaker or governor or anybody. As an elected member, unlike in India, here we have the access to the governor and speaker. Particularly for me, even if I'm a freshman legislator when I get elected, I have more access to these people because of my past friendships with them. Because the governor is a friend of mine already, speaker we know very well, and other legislators I know most of them. So it will be easy for me. What I'm going to ask our Indian communities, set aside your party agendas, just support me this election as an Indian American because you need one there, and watch me for next 2 years, how I perform there. And my goal ultimately is by getting elected to this position for serving next 2 years, we will have a chance to have more Indian Americans running for this kind of positions in 2 years from now. That is going to give us more number in the legislature. That means more power. More power in the sense, at least you can protect your communities. Also, it can help your children's education, your businesses.
I'm very confident, as you said, we are very confident in the community that if you are there, we will have a lot of support. You have always been with us, and I have been watching you since 4 to 5 years in my career in Atlanta, and you are such a wonderful person, and we wish you good luck. And final message in the interest of time from the community: what support, help, donations, where they have to donate, and how you want to go ahead. Please let us know your message so that the community can support you, work for you, donate if it is required, and do whatever it is required for all of us to make you win.
First and foremost, I request our community to forward this message to everybody who lives in Johns Creek. Maybe even if you don't live in Johns Creek, you may have some friends. Call them. Particularly, you have to insist on for them to go on the primary day, election day, to vote. This time, it's not 25%. They should show at least 80% of Indian Americans should vote in this election. For that, I need the community leaders and community help to convey this message that they go on the election day, and also set aside your party agenda. Vote this time only for me. Don't look my party or anything as an excuse. Even though I'm a Republican, doesn't mean that I'm against you or Democrats or anything, because I want to work with everybody. And like I mentioned before, the elections are very expensive, and they're getting very expensive. Any contributions, financial contributions, will be great help to my campaign. If you cannot meet me at the event, still you can do online. My website is www.readyforhouse.com. That is readyforhouse.com. You can make your donations there. And once again, I thank this TV channel for doing this interview. This means a lot to me in conveying my message. This will help me a lot. Thank you so much, Praveen. You've been in the community for so long now. You are everywhere, so people know you more than anybody.
Thank
So,
you.
but you need to tell people too. Please tell everyone that you see, go and vote on the election day. Or if they don't live in Johns Creek, ask them to call their friends in Johns Creek.
Definitely, Mr. Reddy. I think we will definitely vote, and I will pass on this message. Thank you to TV5 and Mana TV for having this opportunity. And this is all about today. And Mr. Reddy for running for the Georgia House of Representative. Everyone, please vote. Please help, support, donate to Mr. Reddy. And we wanted someone from the community. It is our voice. It will help us to achieve what our kids want. So please do come out of the house and at least vote. So this should at least increase our voting capability from 20 to 80%. And again, please watch this video, share this video, and support Mr. Reddy. Thank you so much, and we wish you good luck.
Thank you so much.